And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for episode 3 of Star Wars Andor Disney Plus. Spoilers for episode 3 because this is where it really picks up, and oh boy, I think this is my favorite episode so far of this show. I actually am starting to like it. I have my issues. It did start a little bit slow, but then it starts to pick up in episode 2, and that's why I was so glad that Disney decided to do 3 episodes, because I feel like the build up for this show is slow, but it's supposed to be. But if you only just gave us 1 episode, it really diminishizes the point of the show. You know, Cassian Andor, he's on the run, literally now on the run, because literally the cops are after him now because, you know, of what happened with those 2 officers that he supposedly killed, even though he did, but self-defense, and he has this technology that he was gonna, you know, sell, and Skarsgård shows up to try to, you know, buy it from him. But when you first meet him, you're like, is he really there for the technology, that item that he has in his possession, or is he actually after something more? And when you actually see him in this episode, yeah, he's interested, you know, to make the trade. He's interested. He's like, I'll give you the credits for it, but he's curious about how he got it and what depths did he go to get to this technology, because this technology was inside an Imperial ship. Like, it crash landed when he was a kid. This thing literally crash landed, and he went there, and a whole bunch of kids were with him, and they took out 2 people with blowguns. But still, he goes in there, he sees it, and he takes it. I mean, we don't see him take it, but we see him start smashing something. And I'm like, when I first saw that, I'm like, yeah, that's where he got that from. He got that little device from the Empire. So when you see it, it's like, that would make sense. And of course, you got the cops literally closing on him. They're in his town. Excuse me. They question everybody that knows him, and even the person who literally, like, kind of raised him. You know, she's being held, but, you know, for questioning. You know, his little robot B is being also questioned. You know, he has a communicator with B, trying to communicate with B, trying to tell him where his location is, and then the cops find out, and then they go after him. And Skarsgård and him are making exchanges, and he's asking them questions like, how did you get that? It's a very interesting episode of, like, okay, does he need that technology, or does he want, you know, Cassian more? That's the question that I had when I watched this, because Skarsgård shows up and it's like, what exactly does he want? Well, why would he be here? What does he actually need? You know, Cassian may have this technology, may be great, but can Skarsgård have somebody else get it for him, or a similar technology? Why does he want to meet Cassian so badly? And when you find out, it's like, oh, he wants him to join him. And of course, that's towards the end of the episode. And I really thought this episode was cool. I mean, you get to see the bad guys. Well, not really the bad guys, but more like the cops show up, they get closer, you get that tension. It's like, oh, are they gonna capture him? You know, you always, you know, I like when, you know, when shows and movies, you know, when you have a cop versus a robber or whoever, or a fugitive, and you get that tension, like, are they gonna capture him at this moment? Even though in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. He's not gonna get captured, but you feel that intention. It's like, oh, I might be wrong. He might get captured here. Who knows? Is it gonna happen? You know, but you know, I like feeling that, and I appreciate seeing this in this episode. And now, granted, I knew he wasn't gonna get captured right away, obviously, but having that tension of possibility that it could happen, that he, you know, Cassian could get captured by the, you know, the cops, and, you know, it was like, ooh, wow. But yeah, it was great. I thought this episode was way better than the first 2. You know, after the second, I thought the first episode was a bit slow, and you know, I'm gonna admit that right away. I started to drift a little bit, but then when the second episode started, it started to pick up with the backstory of Cassian and, you know, his sister, which, you know, is still there, so he's still looking for, and you know, where he kind of went from his village to where he was at now, It's like, oh, okay. Then when 3 shows up, it's like 3 comes around. It's like, oh, okay. Now I understand why he has this. Why is this so important? Why is, you know, he so important of what he did? You know, accidentally, of course, but still, what he did was he literally went in there. Curiosity, obviously. You know, you see a big spaceship. I'm pretty sure all of us, if we saw a spaceship, we literally would go in there and try to investigate it ourselves. And we see some technology or whatever it is, and maybe take it for ourselves, either sell it, use it for ourselves, or whatever. And he took it as an opportunity to maybe sell it one day, use it for his advantage. We still don't know the exact reason why, but of course, towards the end, he doesn't even have it anymore because that wasn't the big picture for it. It was the big picture of what's his skills and can it be used to help further the rebellion against the Empire down the road, or help set it up eventually. So that way, the rebels become who they are and we know, love them today. And I think, in my opinion, yes, I think it sets that up pretty well. It shows us who Cassian is and what he represents, and I'm excited to see where it actually goes from here because it's pretty dang cool. I like and Skarsgård, you know, once again he just proves how good he is. Now I understand why his kids are just as good as he is, but I think the father's better. No offense to Alex and Bill Skarsgård, but still, their father's way cooler. Anyway, great episode. I'm so glad Disney decided to drop 3 episodes. Because like I said, if it was just 1 episode, I think I would have been like, maybe I'll tap out now. Maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe there's 3 or 4 episodes later. But after seeing 3 episodes and seeing who these characters are so far, I'm starting to like them all. Cassian is awesome already. I'm already like, yeah, this dude's a badass. You know, he didn't do much, but you can tell he's important and what he represents moving forward for, you know, the rebels, like I was saying before. But I'm excited to see where it goes from here because honestly, I love Star Wars, all forms of it. It doesn't matter to me as long as Star Wars can capture the story for me and make me like these characters. I'm good. You know, I never liked the Game of Thrones, the original Game of Thrones. I never really liked it. I watched it and it was alright. The new one, love it way better. I'll do a review on that once it's officially done, but I really am enjoying that. So when you can give me characters I can be invested in and like, I'm hooked. When you don't, I tap out kind of early. But I'm excited to see where this is going to go forward, you know, with the rest of the episodes. I'm just excited to see where Star Wars is going to go from here. I just like when they start doing other things, even if it eventually connects to other, you know, puzzles of Star Wars that we already know, fine. But at least gives us something fresh, something new and fresh to see and get us excited as fans again for Star Wars. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about all 3 episodes. Did you guys like it? Were you like me? Were like, the first episode was like, I'll check out the second one. Maybe if it's too painful, maybe I'll give it up. And then you watch it like, oh, it wasn't bad. Maybe I'll check out 3. Whoa, this was even better. Were you like me about that? Because that's exactly what I was feeling about episode 1, 2, and 3. And then now I'm just curious about where it's going to go from here. And I can't wait to see more. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Stay tuned for more. And thank you very much. And have a good day.